Yoguri and Danura finally reach the town. However, Yoguri doesn't seem too excited about this. As they are conversing, Danura notices that the guards are closing the gates and rushes towards them. She wanted to ask them about their classmates, but the guards can't understand them, which confuses her. With no other option left, the guards take them inside to their superior who understands them. Yoguri questions him regarding their classmates, but he refuses to cooperate, stating that they are told to not get in their way, not help them. He then offers Danura to stay at his mansion and in return, he will consider helping them, but she utterly refuses. She then holds Yoguri's hand and rushes towards the town. She was worried that Yoguri might kill them as he asks if she considers him a serial killer. Upon entering the town, they come across different species including humans and demi-humans, which excites Danura. Suddenly, a cat girl approaches them, asking if they need any help. She reveals that she just wants to get close to some male sage candidates, which shocks Danura. She further asserts that she won't interfere between a couple and just wants to befriend them. Since Yoguri and Danura want to visit the town, they accept her offer. The cat girl introduces herself as Mireyu. After hanging around in town, Danura buys some new clothes for herself, but they have a bigger problem at hand. Both of them are now surrounded by bandits and apparently, Mireyu is the one behind all this. Yoguri asks if they want money, but the bandits are actually after talentless sage candidates like them. Danura warns Mireyu that they are underestimating Yoguri, but she refuses to accept this, stating that they won't fall for such obvious bluffs. With no other option left, Yoguri utilizes his ability and orders everyone behind them to die. This shocks Mireyu and the other bandits as they cannot comprehend what just happened. Yoguri then decides to keep them alive by nerfing his ability, but it doesn't work and he ends up killing them. Only one of them somehow survives, but he is still unconscious. At last, Mireyu and the bandit leader are left. Seeing all this chaos, Mireyu literally begs Yoguri to spare her, but he refuses and utilizes his ability on them. However, much to their surprise, they don't die immediately, contemplating Danura to think if he has spared them. Yoguri, however, is not that kind. As Mireyu believes that she has gotten away, Yoguri's ability activates, killing her at the spot. In the meantime, some guards approach them, questioning them regarding this mess. Yoguri makes some excuses, stating that they found them dead before arriving here. Hearing this, the guard reveals that they have been observing them for quite some time and know that he is lying. The guards wanted to follow these bandits and locate their hideout, but Yoguri messed up that plan. She further reveals that they have been blessed by sage protection, which makes them immune to their attacks. But, her subordinate reveals that these two aren't even sages using his appraisal skill. He further comments that it would be difficult to assume that they killed these demi-humans without any abilities, and with this, he apologizes. In return, Yoguri asks him to guide them about this town and the guard leads them to a massive inn. Upon reaching the inn, he asks Danura if he should share a room, which shocks her and she refuses. Following this, Danura gets way too excited to see her huge room and lays down on her bed. She wonders if Yoguri likes and that's why he wanted to share the room, but immediately remembers what he said before. Suddenly, a spirit appears in front of her which resembles her sister. This fat annoying spirit introduces herself as the restorer of the school and guardian of the Danura family. She further reveals she is here to help her, which makes Danura question her timing. The spirit tells her that she is actually scared of Yoguri and was worried that he might erase her, asking her to introduce them tomorrow. She further reveals that she was the one who blocked the input of sage energy into Danura, which shocks her. Following a long conversation, the spirit's actual purpose is to train Danura and reveal her true potential. She even names this mission, "My guardian spirit is so overpowered, this other world doesn't stand a chance against." The following morning, Yoguri notices that Danura hasn't slept all night and questions her regarding this. Danura gives him a vague answer and proceeds to inquire about their travel plan. At that moment, the concierge of this hotel, Celestina, appears at the spot. She has been helping Yoguri locate their classmates and even prepared stuff like translation tools and appraisal concealment tools. She even booked their tickets to the royal capital as Yoguri further asks her to take care of their belongings. The fact that she accepted this shocks Danura. After this, they continue their journey via train to the royal capital. On their way, Danura is quite irritated by her annoying spirit and that she has to spin Yoguri's charger. She asks the spirit to sit beside Yoguri, but she is scared and refuses. With no other option left, Yoguri asks Danura to sit beside him, which settles their problem. As they are conversing regarding their classmates, a massive blast blows away the train's roof. In the meantime, the guards have taken the captured bandit to a sage who is examining him. The bandit has literally lost his mind and cannot even comprehend what is happening around him. The sage is shocked to see that even though there aren't any physical injuries and that she healed him, his eyesight is still not returning. She even takes out its eyeball and resurrects it, but there is still no improvement. She then proceeds to bite the bandit and transform him into a vampire. Apparently, the sage is also a vampire and is an undead. Despite this transformation, his condition doesn't improve. Suddenly, a mysterious guy smashes open the door and according to the guard's appraisal, this guy's class is hero, which shocks them. In the meantime, Yogiri and Danara are completely safe as it is announced that a sage is engaged in battle with an aggressor nearby. Yogiri wonders if they are targeting them. As soon as they get outside, they notice the aggressor, which is basically a massive robot. Danara also notices someone flying towards them and deduces that it might be the sage. Danara asks Yogiri to get rid of them as he questions the reason behind this. Danara explains that they are in their way, but Yogiri corrects her statement, asserting that he cannot just kill anyone who is standing in his way. He has to set some rules, otherwise, he will end up killing a lot of people without any reason, as Danara apologizes for speaking ahead. As they are conversing, the sage appears at the spot while it is targeting the aggressor. In the meantime, the hero has also ambushed the vampire sage, but his attacks don't seem to have any effect on him. She questions him regarding his actions, but the hero instructs her to shut up. At that moment, he activates his holy sword Cartina and absolutely obliterates the entire building, including the vampire sage. On the other hand, the sage battling the aggressor is even killing people, which grosses out Yogiri and Danara. Seeing all this, Yogiri questions him regarding this, but the sage is way too arrogant to answer him and asserts that they are supposed to kneel down to the ground and praise him. He further comments that they are an eyesore, and upon hearing this, Yogiri utilizes his ability and immediately kills him. In the meantime, the vampire is still alive and confronts the hero, stating that she cannot die, which shocks the hero. Seeing all this, the hero literally begs her to kill him, but she refuses and tosses him away. The guards are also alive and the sage asks them to locate Yogiri's whereabouts. The aggressor, on the other hand, is wary of Yogiri's ability and asks if he can help them in any way. Yogiri asks if he knows something about their sudden summoning to the isekai and if they can go back. In response to this, the aggressor reveals that he only knows how to get back to his own world, as Yogiri asks if he can take them there, but he refuses, stating that he cannot take someone as dangerous as him to his world. Yogiri then questions him regarding their classmates and concludes the conversation. At that point, Danara's spirit appears out of nowhere, exclaiming that she wants something from the aggressor. The guards, on the other hand, have managed to find Sage Santru's dead body. Seeing this, Sage Cyan concludes that it is impossible for someone like Yogiri to kill a sage, further asserting that he even possesses instant death resistance. Sage Cyan further asks the vampire sage to not lay a hand on sage candidates, but she can drive out darkness if she wants. Suddenly, the vampire sage calls upon her servant and instructs him to lead the immortal army to Hanabusa, which shocks him. In the meantime, Yogiri and Danara are heading towards the royal capital as Danara regrets not asking the aggressor for a ride. Yogiri asserts that it would have been troublesome if someone had noticed them on the aggressor, so they had no other choice. As they are conversing, the annoying spirit brings a katana made of robot parts and hands it over to Danara, further explaining that it can be disguised as part of her clothes. Danara, however, cannot comprehend how we'll use such a complex weapon. Now that the vampire sage has noticed something strange about Yogiri, they are bound to come across her more often and probably fight her as well. I'm excited to see that. Make sure to like and subscribe, so you don't miss out on anything.